Flipping 101. One of the most confusing, the most exciting topic is Flipping 101, Nancy.
Yes.
And today we're going to talk about what is the difference between somebody who just starts versus people who are the pros and people who are kind of stuck in between. So let's talk about Flipping Funding 101. So there are a couple things that you can do to find funding for flips. We're going to talk about, number one, most people think, well, I need cash. And if I don't have cash, my real estate career is over. Wrong, right? Number two is
private money.
Private money. We talk about private money all the time. See, a lot of times as you become seasoned, there are people in your life, there are people that have funding that'll provide it for you, but what is the first place and what is the most easy place to start? And that is learning where to find money for your flips, which is commercial loans or hard money loans. And we're going to kind of break those down. We thought we'd get into a little bit of details. So that brings up the question, and you should be thinking to yourself is, Nancy, why Chicago funding?
That's a great question. So we're able to provide a lot of sources of funds, whether it's a new investor or a seasoned investor or in between. One project, 3 projects, 10 projects. There's a variety of sourcing and funds that we're able to provide for you from Chicago Funding.
So you should think about this, because when you go to a person who is doing funding for you, are they a real estate investor? And here's the fun part. 99% times, they specialize in helping you find the money, but guess what? They have never gone through the pain. The way Chicago Funding came about was because of Chicago REIA. See, at Chicago REIA, we have over 6,000 real estate investors, just like you, investing right here. And the number one thing they understand is the pain, the agony, the stress it takes to really build a large real estate business. What if somebody could kind of basically pave a path for you of how to find funding? Hence, Chicago Funding kind of developed multiple sources, because guess what? Always one size does not fit all. Just because one funding works for you doesn't mean it will work for your second deal, third deal, or fourth deal. The other part is that we did 2 types of funding specifically geared towards new investors as well as seasoned investors. So this is the question. Why 2 things? Are the needs of new investors the same as seasoned investors?
Of course not. You and I both know that one of the challenges, or the bigger challenges for investors in real estate, it's either transactional lending, what we call per deal funding. All of the money is tied into one project at one time, whether it's private money or per deal. You can't do anything else and you can't
grow. So hold
on,
Nancy, you're talking too fast, right? So let's explain what the difference is. See, there are 2 types of people. When you get started, what are you concerned about? Oh my God, how do I do my first deal?
Yeah.
How do I do my second deal? If I could, if I could get through my first deal or my second deal, everything will be peaches and cream. Guys, guess what? That's not what it is, right? In real life, what happens is this. You struggle to get your first deal done. When you're done, now you struggle again on your second deal, and then the third and the fourth. Even if you manage to do 2 deals, you keep struggling. That's called per deal financing. See, the difference is it took me literally about 128 deals done before I learned what a commercial line was. So before we jump into commercial line, because this is a little technical, what are the rates, Nancy, on a for somebody who's their first 2 deals? What would the rates be?
Depending on experience, but we know it's a starter, we know it's a new investor, anywhere between 9 to 13%, soft to hard money.
Okay, got it. So it'll be 9 to 13% per deal. And here's the best part. See, for the starter pack, for people who are just getting started, what we've done is we have Nancy, we have Domingo, we have people that will work with you, show you exactly what are the pieces that you're missing. You may be somebody say, but Nancy, I found a great deal. I don't have the down payment. How do you get the down payment? Where do you find partners? Who do you partner with? Because just like you've had to do, you've had to partner on deals where you found a phenomenal deal, right? 40, 50,000 profit you made for it, but you didn't have a partner, right? So we have that exclusively for you, where how do you partner with people? How do you do the deal? And then how do you bring the commercial bank in to provide the funding for you? Because that's where you need a little bit of help. But then for you guys that have done 2 deals or more, guess what? You don't want to pay the higher rates. You want to get to the pro level. See, now you don't want to have the bank kind of look at every deal and requalify you every time. So what happens for those people?
And that's a great point. So the commercial lines of credit is something we're promoting quite strongly. Those rates are about 8 to 10%.
For a flip.
For a flip.
Right.
And you only have to be qualified once. It's guaranteed for a whole year. And the great part of it is on the commercial line of credit, it continues to grow and expand as you build and grow your real estate business.
So here's an example, right? We'll use Miss Christina as an example.
Yep.
She did a couple deals, and then guess what? She went and got qualified for an $800,000 line. Now, this is not some woman who's very rich or anything, right? But what did they base it on? Not based on the money. They based it on how much experience does she have, what has she done, and now they open her line for $750,000. Guess what it does? Next 3-4 deals, boom, she can do without any question. Then once those are done, the line gets expanded. Why? Because you have done successful deals. So Nancy, what do they do in terms of contacting you?
They can visit our Facebook page, of course, Chicago Funding, and our website, www.chicagofunding.org.